Hello, and welcome to Momentum Monday. Welcome. My name is Emily McHugh, your Supercharge coach. And here today we're going to talk about supercharging your learning curve. That is our goal today, because the learning curve is something that we as entrepreneurs have to do all the time. We have a lot of learning to do, and we have to learn it pretty quickly. So one of the things I do is work with my entrepreneurs who want to maximize their use of their time and their energy to avoid business burnout and to build sustainable businesses. And in order to do those things, we have a lot of learning to do, a lot of tools we have to learn and so forth. And last week I shared about 5 essential business tools that I use in my business. And for all of those tools, there's always a learning curve, something you have to know that you have to learn. And it's really just something you have to just accept as a part of the process. And most of the time, if there's a tool that we need to use, what we want to do is start using it right out of the box. We don't have time to read a manual and time to do all this major research. We want to just hit the ground running and get the benefits right away of the tool that we want to use. However, that's not how life works. Everything really has a learning curve of some form or another. And I think about my violin, for example. Many of you know I play the violin, and as a violinist, they're huge learning curves. I'm learning a Beethoven sonata, and the first 2 bars of it, Miss Anna, if you're watching, you know the first 2 bars of this piece, it took me like 2 weeks to learn. And so it's like when I first started to play it, it sounded so horrible. I was like, I don't know when it will sound anything decent, but I do know I've been playing the violin long enough to know that it will start off that way, then the next day it gets a little better, then the next day it gets a little better with this thing called deliberate practice, like purposefully, intentionally working on a specific aspect, knowing that you isolate it, you improve it, get it better, work on the next part, isolate it, get it better, note by note. And that's how you know. And also starting the process, knowing what the end goal is supposed to look like and sound like, gives you something, pulls you towards your objective and your destination. So you're not working in a vacuum, getting nowhere. You know what it's supposed to sound like, you know what it takes to get there, and you put in the time to do it. So that's pretty much what I want to review with us today. Whether you're learning a new app, a new tool, or practicing the violin, or working on your business, anything that you do requires that type of attention to detail. And I've actually just been being joined by someone. You might see him in the background in a moment. Don't let him distract you, but he may pass by. There he is, Mr. Joey Joey, please, making an appearance. Joey, can behave yourself. Oh my goodness, he's completely hijacking my video. Let me just try to block him out. All right, going right along. Joey, please, can you control yourself? So one of the key things that he's looking for water. He wants to drink water out of the plant. There it is. Go ahead. There it is. Okay. That's what he wants. Okay. So that was a little intermission. It happens every time. So the first step in the process of how to supercharge your learning curve is to set a clear goal. Knowing what you want, as I said, knowing what you want something to sound like, look like, and what you want the experience to be. So one particular example is my Notion app that I shared. That app has quite the learning curve initially. And my goal was to use it as a building block system. As a matter of fact, that's how they define it. It's building blocks to create specific, manage certain projects and certain things like that. And I realized that the learning curve would take time. So it's setting the goal that by the end of a certain specified period, I want to be able to set up a project management system that I can operate. Okay, so that's my goal. And the next thing after you do that is, guess what? Once you set the goal, you have to then schedule the time to learn. Like you schedule the time to practice an instrument or learn a language or any new skill that you want to acquire or refine or perfect. Schedule the time to learn the app. Schedule the time to focus on it and make an appointment to do it with yourself, just like you would make an appointment externally or somewhere else. So that's quite critical. Let me see if he's going to respond to this. Hold on. Did you hear that, Joey? Did you hear this? Okay, we must have our special effects. What would the video be like without special effects? It has to have them. All right, so schedule the time to learn or take a bath, all right? Which way you got to do it. And the other point, this other third point I want to highlight is you want to practice and implement. Take the time to practice and implement what you're doing. It's really as simple as that. But again, we get frustrated because we're busy and we have other things to do and so forth. So I want to share this quote with you. And I think the quote is by James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. And it says, you can achieve more than you realize and you can learn faster than you think possible. You can learn more than you realize and what? No, you can achieve more than you think and learn more than you realize is possible. And that's so true. That's so true. There's really no limitation to what we can do and what we can learn. And you have to have that mindset. So here's a little recap while my friend there settles in for his nap. Oh, what a life. What a life. I tell you. That's how you live. That's what supercharging looks like, people. Just do what Joey does and you'll be fine. So the first thing you want to do is set a clear goal. Schedule the time to learn. Hello. And then practice and implement. Practice, set aside the time to break it down, endure the discomfort, endure the, wobbly time, that uncertain period until it stabilizes and you get better at it. And that's true for anything. So don't waste your energy and your time being frustrated because you can't figure something out. Get professional help if you need support. Get for that motivation and that plan of action if you need help to do that. If you need help, get help and do what you need to do to really just take the time to achieve the goals the way you want to achieve them. Let me see what else I have to say before I'm distracted by this cat one more time. Let's see. Okay, and so I guess my final point really is that you want to reconcile yourself. And that's the key word for the month of November that I've been focusing on is reconciliation. Whether it's your books, whether it's your reconciling the fact that you need to learn certain tools, that you need to take the time for it. I usually try to set aside some time on Fridays to work on certain types of things like this. Like I want to work more on a particular tool, a particular app I want to get better at, a course that I signed up for that I never have the time to do. Try to put it on the schedule and so forth. So I hope these tips are helpful to you in your process of supercharging your learning curve and just being more kind with yourself and understanding that it's a process and you can do it, that you can achieve more than you think and learn faster than you realize when you put your mind to it. That's how we supercharge. So until next time, stay supercharged. And for me and Joey, bye-bye. Make sure to subscribe, share, comment, and like, and let me know which tip resonates with you. Till next time, say bye, Joey. Let's air horn it out or something. Glockenspiel it. Party noise it. Triangle it. And DJ horn it. Pow, pow, pow. Out we go. Oh, I didn't do my solo outro. Oh, the solo outro. There it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. I've almost forgot my screen. Oh, dear. That deserves some applause. From eCam going out. Okay.